Well, it's a baby Friday, and there's somebody new on the Dodger radar. What's up, everybody? I'm Jim Rodriguez, and welcome to the Thursday here on Dodgers Latest. So happy that you're a part of the community here. Continue to like, subscribe, share, hit that thumbs up button. We'd love to be sharing our time with you. Love reading all your comments. I read each and every single one of them, try to give each and every one of them a thumbs up, and of course, we read them right here on Dodgers Latest on every episode as we get steamrolling toward the winter meetings in Orlando. Spring training is right around the corner. Single game tickets have already gone on sale for Camelback Ranch in Glendale. Man, oh man, I already cannot wait. 26 is almost here as the Dodgers try to go for their third straight World Series championship. And of course, you can hit me up right there on X and Instagram, at JRod Show. All right, ready to go. And listen, we've been talking about the Dodgers outfield problem, and they're a little bit mismatched. It works, obviously, back-to-back World Series championships. And we've talked about Kyle Tucker, who is the big fish in terms of free agents this year. Cody Bellinger, a very solid plan B, and the Dodgers are all familiar with Cody Bellinger and what he did in his time in LA. Rookie of the Year, MVP, an LCS MVP, World Series champion. But there is a new name that has emerged that I think could be of interest to the Dodgers. And that would be the Twins' Byron Buxton. That's right, Byron Buxton. Every time I think of Buxton, I think of the town in Maine where Red in Shawshank Redemption went, right? Morgan Freeman, he went to Buxton. Well, anyway, Byron Buxton is in the middle of a 7-year, $100 million deal with the Minnesota Twins. Now, there's 3 years left on it at about $45 million. So you're basically, it'd have to be a trade. You'd have to make a trade, and you're getting him 3 years, $45 million. That is, in considering in the market, that is super, super cheap. And you're only on the hook for 3 more years with Byron Buxton. There are some incentives and bonuses if his top 10 MVP finishes. So that $15 million could go as high as $23.5 million. But he's guaranteed at least 15 a year, 3 years, $45 million contract. So keep that in mind. And at 32 years old, he's going to be 32 in December, pretty much still the prime of his career. Two-time All-Star, Gold Glove winner, Silver Slugger, center fielder, 11 years in the big leagues, and he's coming off a career high in 2025. 35 homers, a career high, 83 runs batted in, 24 stolen bases, 21 doubles to go with a 264 batting average. So you think to yourself, man, that would be amazing, right? Well, the thing about Byron Buxton is he's got a no trade clause, right? So it would have to be waived, and of course, you would think, all right, well, yeah, of course he'd want to come to the Dodgers. Why not? It's a place to win. It's to win a championship. The Twins are in major rebuilding mode. Dodgers made a deal with Minnesota. Remember they traded James Outman to the Twins, and it got a pitcher, Brock Stewart, who really hasn't he got hurt right away, didn't really factor into the title run, but we'll see what Brock Stewart can do in 26. So the Twins literally traded away a third of their roster at the trading deadline in 25, got rid of their manager. All knew they've blown that thing up, and I don't know, not that Byron Buxton has said he wants out, but it's almost like that Will Smith meme when you're sitting in the big mansion in the living room all by yourself going, what happened to this place? 3 more years of a rebuilding process. I don't know if Byron Buxton is going to want to do that at 32. And again, he's got a full no trade clause. And you think, well, a chance to go to a winner is a great possibility. The Padres are in the mix. Dodgers are in the mix. Here's my concern, though, with Byron Buxton. It makes a lot of sense financially, right? You're not paying $400 million for a Kyle Tucker. You're not taking a chance for a Cody Bellinger who fell off a cliff and kind of resurrected his career with the Yankees. My problem with Byron Buxton is his ability, not on the field, but his availability, because in his 11-year career, he's only played 100 or more games 3 times, and that's including last year. Last year he played 126 games. That's the most games he had played in a season since 2017. And again, only 3 times in 11 seasons has he played over 100 games. A lot of it has been unlucky, you know. He had a rib cage problem last year, got hit on the hand, ran into Carlos Correa, got a concussion, but he has been injury riddled. Now, do you take a chance with a guy who, when healthy, is an absolute stud? You can plug him into center field. Andy Pages plays his more natural right field, and Teoscar Hernandez moves over to left field. All of a sudden, you've got a very sound defensive outfield and an outfield that could get you 90 home runs. Oh my goodness, right? That pops out at you. Now, what would it cost? Obviously, the Twins and Dodgers are a little familiar, even though they've blown it up here in Minnesota because of the James Outman trade, who's in Minnesota. I don't know what they would want because, again, the Twins are it's a seller's market for the Twins. You've got a guy that's basically under contract for 3 more years. At $15 million, so you know what your budget's going to be. It can't go any higher than $23 million. If he wins the MVP, he's got an $8 million bonus, and he's got various bonuses if he finishes in the top 10. So your costs are controlled. When healthy, the dude's an absolute stud. But my question is, when is he going to be healthy, and what's going to happen? You know, we saw what he did last year: 264 career high home runs, RBIs, 24 stolen bases. I love his game. He's a great defensive player. My main concern is just, can he be on the field? And I think that's why, for me, it would be a hard no to get Byron Buxton, because anything you would trade would be of serious value because you're getting a sort of a 3-year deal out of him at a very club-friendly price. So the Twins are going to want, not just from the Dodgers, they're going to want major prospects, if not major league ready guys. Shoot, they may even want Andy Pages included in the deal, and it's not going to be Andy Pages for Byron Buxton straight up. So for as much as it would be interesting, and I think the Dodgers will kick the tires on Byron Buxton to see what the Twins would want, what the Twins would be interested in. Maybe he's a deadline trade because, again, toward July, now all of a sudden he's still under contract for 2.5 more years. Still young at 32. The injury stuff really concerns me about Byron Buxton, only because, again, only 3 times in his 11-year career has he gotten over 100 games. And again, it's the old story: the best ability is availability. We always ask you to be part of the show. We talked a little Tarek Skubal yesterday in terms of who the Dodgers would do and who the Dodgers would trade for him. And you guys have responded as usual. We don't need starters, no matter how good they are. What we need are relievers and an outfielder who can play first and or third. Sounds like Cody Bellinger. We can go for Skubal, but only if it doesn't cost us a school of prospects. Another good comment playing off of that is, well, I never thought they were going to give us to him. They give them to us. That would be Skubal for free. He's one of the top pitchers on the planet. Therefore, the Tigers are going to ask for the world. They're not going to get the world, but they might get 4 or 5 continents. Yeah, you know, again, Tarek Skubal is the kind of guy that, again, I still think, to me, if I'm the Tigers, who have made the playoffs 2 straight years, I'm not trading Tarek Skubal in the winter. I'm not unless somebody just blows me out of the water with a package deal. And who can blow them out of the water? Is it the Dodgers? We talked about the package the Dodgers could offer yesterday. Is it the Yankees? Is it the Mariners? If I'm the Tigers, who have made the playoffs 2 straight years, I'd wait till the trading deadline and see where I'm at. If the Tigers are out of it, well, okay, then you flip them and you try to get something out of it. But if he can lead you into the playoffs, I know it could be an Ohtani situation where you lose him for nothing, but this ain't the Angels that we're going nowhere. This is the Tigers. Back-to-back playoff appearances, trying to get over the hump. And, of course, the Mariners are probably the most hungry team of them all. 1 win away from a World Series last year. And Andy Pages seems to keep coming up, kind of like a shiny penny in terms of, do you trade him? He always seems to be in the middle of everything. And here's an interesting comment. Pages is still young, still has time to grow, has been on the right path. Keep him. There's no more growth the next few years. Then they can, if there's no more growth the next few years, then they can look at options. And this, to me, is the absolute key right there. The catch in the World Series, that alone buys him another year. Yeah, I mean, I think For Andy Pages, sky's the limit, right? I think you can trade him. Guy hit 27 home runs last year. Just got to get it together in the playoffs. Was woeful in the postseason. Hit 078. Was 4 for 51. Natural right fielder. Struggled a little bit, but really came into his own as a center fielder. And of course, we all know the catch he made out in left field over Kike Hernandez to save the season for the Dodgers in Game 7 of the World Series. Again, I figure almost like the Tigers, it's unless somebody blows you out of the water for Tarek Skubal, unless somebody blows you out of the water, to me, you keep Andy Pages. I don't know if you get Byron Buxton. I think he's perfect in terms of the small amount of salary, and to me that's more of a team like the Padres, who maybe were trying to shed salary. You get rid of a big bulky contract, get a smaller contract. But Byron Buxton, I don't know how much longer he's going to be in Minnesota, especially with that no trade clause. I think he is looking for his one-way ticket out of the Twin Cities. And of course, we always love to have you be part of the show. Dodgers latest here on our YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, and give us the algorithm by giving us those thumbs up. Winter meetings are coming. Who else? Do you want Byron Buxton? Would love to hear what you got to say. I'm Jim Rodriguez, and despite it all, it's always time for Dodger baseball.